Hello and welcome back, this is ProTailDev back with another video. This time I'm going to be looking at the website that I've been working on, my portfolio website. So I've been working on this for about 2 months. There was a lot of information, a lot of things I had to try and cram into this website, and I'm very excited to show it off. So this is just going to help me to try and show off the projects I've done through uni and afterwards, post-uni graduate, and kind of show things a little bit better. Previously, when I was trying to get a job, it was very difficult to show some of this stuff without some kind of digital portfolio. So that's what this website solves. I used Wix.com to show it. I have shown this in a previous video, however it wasn't as close to being finished as it is now. Now there's just kind of spelling mistake and grammar that needs to be fixed. So those are really small things, but the overall design of the website and kind of what's here is going to stay. Mostly the projects and things are all completed and all up to date. So let's start off with this homepage. So first of all, it starts off with a small introduction and then a kind of explaining who I am. Kind of a small little personal statement piece of text here, and then it moves on to obviously different backgrounds, some of them animated, some of them aren't, and they'll help to kind of separate different sections. Here we talk about our recent developments. You can also skip to a specific part of the website on the right, especially for the homepage and for the all projects. So you can use that right bar, these keywords, to kind of jump to different parts of the pages. And what you can see here is this is the recent development. So on this homepage, you can immediately look at what my latest things I've worked on are. This is ideal for being able to see kind of things not only that I've worked on recently, but also look at things that are probably very well done. The reason for me saying this is because you can also look at game updates straight away and kind of see a time scale of how things have been developed and what amount of time I've spent on each one in relation to how much time I have recently. So this really reflects that kind of aspect. Things are a lot neater than when I showed it off last time. You can go to all of the projects straight away. If I just click this, everything is set up correctly. And you can click on these to go onto the individual pages. So I think the overall projects, I think there was a total of something along the lines of about 50 projects, give or take a couple of extras, and so it was quite extreme. There's quite a lot to show off, and so that's why this website has taken 2 months to maybe an extra week, and it's partly to do with all these projects I had to fill in all the way back to my first year when I first started developing games. So you come down here and you can actually see the most recent highlight video. So I made 2 highlight videos, one from when I finished uni and then another for postgraduate, including some of the university stuff. So you can click this, it's all working. It's linked directly to my YouTube channel, which you'll see in a minute. And then down here you've got About Me, which is little bits and pieces, from me being a postgraduate student, completing my degree, to things like releasing my games, when I worked with individual clients, things I did at my other university before I went to Manchester Metropolitan, like when I was a radio host, just small bits of information there and then. And then there'll be a contact page section where you'll be able to just send maybe an email to me about a potential job. I haven't filled this part in, this is the very last thing I will be doing, but it's pretty much the only thing I've got to do. And I probably might even change how this looks because I don't know if I like it too much. Down here you've got all the links right now to LinkedIn, my YouTube, which is ProTailDev. You've got my Facebook, which needs to be updated, and I will be updating it very, very soon. And then you've got my itch.io page. So these links all work and there's no issue with them. You can just click on them and you can go straight to those pages. So as you can see, it's developed by Joshua Boswell, which is me, and then proudly created by Wix.com, using this tool to create a nice website. Even though it's a tool to create a website, which is very handy, it still took a long time. But I could have created the website myself, but this was just much quicker. It would have taken me way longer to complete this website. So that's the homepage. So moving on, now we have the all projects page, and this has everything that I've ever developed and worked on. Aside from some projects that never really worked, I didn't include those, and games that weren't finalized. So first of all, I start off with my university stuff. The reason why I start off with university and not go for postgraduates first is because the university stuff is the later things I worked on, but it's also evidence of my degree, and I kind of want to show the evidence of my degree first. Starts off from my year 3. I've talked about these already on my YouTube channel, all the different aspects and breakdowns, and then I've added a little bit of a fade-in animation for when you're scrolling, which is quite nice. I think it adds a little bit. It also, I've made it so the images are parallax, so when I'm scrolling they either move or they don't. I've got a zoom in different aspect, and I think the first one always starts with a static image, and I think it just looks better. So what we've got here is all the different games, a little bit of a description. For each of these cards, it'll have a specific, obviously the title, a little bit of a description, then what I've contributed to, which some of these need to be changed. Again, spell mistakes, punctuation, slight changes to some of the text, but that's okay. I'll be doing that very, very soon, so that website is absolutely complete. So obviously I've talked about some of these already, talked like the motion capture and things like that. But some of the things I haven't talked about is my university projects from year 2 and 1. So as you can see, Adventure of Manchester course, like an adventure course, some other projects that you can check out yourself, because there'll be a link to this website in the YouTube video description. So we've also got our year 1, which was much more about exams and learning basic stuff than about the actual physical projects, but these were the projects I did. Including the Stop the Spread, which was the first game I ever created that was completed as a game, and that was using Java. And then we've got the postgraduate, post-university projects, which I've been working on recently, all the way updated, all the way up to Globby the Clayball, which is the newest game that I did, which was 3 hours. Again, it says length 2 to 3 months, which is wrong, but again, some of these are incorrect. And then we got a lot of these projects, which again expand quite a long time. So this is quite a lot of projects. This excludes the game updates, which we'll come to. And then we've got the game updates. So these are all the different games updates I worked on, which is quite a lot for the Turtle Trials. So now we can go back up if we want, and we can check these out. So let's, for example, go into something that I haven't looked at before. Let's go for the 3D capture object, which was a well I captured in Manchester using photo capture. And as you can see, for this one specifically, we got a bit of a description and a development summary, as well as a couple of images of things I'd captured, and then overall what I contributed to. If we go for something that's a little bit more recent, like potentially, let's go with something a little bit more interesting that I might not have shown before. Let's go for the Adventure of Old. So this is the Adventure of Old, which was the Adventure of Manchester group project I did, and in here you'll also have videos specifically showing different aspects of again, videos will be available on some of them, not all of them. It's whether I did a video for it so that I can show it off. Some of them won't have it because they're just I didn't take it at the time, and I don't have the technology, I don't have the programs that I once did. But things like this are available on my website. Certain ones will have things like posters and things that I worked on, and that's just another example. They're roughly the same. I kept kind of the same background to them. Like this one was a maze game, local server game I had to create, where people could interact with each other in like a chat room. And again, this has no video because I don't have the tools or the program anymore. I don't have access to the MySQL and PHP code anymore. And so that's one of the reasons why. Some of them will have documentation as well. So interactive narrative game does have documentation on it. Obviously this was what my dissertation was on, and it's 67 pages long, with all the different forms and things connected, so you can see what I did. A lot of these university projects have documentation tied to them, so if you're looking for a kind of information, things that I've worked on in more detail, then you can definitely check those out. So moving on to the next page, we have YouTube feed. I don't know if I'll rename this to something else, maybe just a channel feed or development feed, but specifically this shows what all of the most recent videos of my YouTube channel. Since my YouTube channel directly correlates with the development of what I work on, the development of these games and use of projects, they're pretty much tied to each other, so it felt necessary to add a page dedicated to that rather than just a YouTube link, and this way they can look at kind of straight away what I've been developing. Obviously it has the title and a small description of the YouTube video, and it's actually in its own player. So if we click for example the highlight video for 2020 that I did at the end of the year, it comes up with this. So we have our description, it comes up with its own player which is built into this into Wix, and you can also see all the different related videos tied into it. I might change this though, the title to development feed. I was debating whether to have a forum onto this page, but for now I've decided against it, simply because I don't think there's enough activity going on itch.io, and all the feedback for different games and developments is usually on there. So it feels weird to have a forum dedicated to like the development and interaction, since it's already kind of there on itch.io. So then we have these three other links, one to my YouTube channel, one to my Facebook page, and one to playable games. So this is itch.io, Facebook, and YouTube, which I'm thinking of getting rid of these. This is also another reason why I might have a forum, potentially also maybe blog page, which I don't really want a blog page because I've already got Facebook, which I plan on updating that a lot more. So that is my website. I think I've done a very good job on it, especially this homepage I think is probably the nicest of the website, and it summarizes everything that I've done, including different parts of development, and as well as kind of shows the type of person I am, I think, in a very brief way. So this has been my portfolio website. Highly recommend, if you're a developer or an artist or designer of any kind, that you should make a website, a portfolio, just to kind of show off your different things that you've done. And I think this is one of the best ways I've done it. In the past I've just made a very basic website, and it's not been great, but using Wix.com has actually really sped this up and made it look nice. So I'm quite happy with this. Again, a link will be in the description, and make sure to check it out. So this has been ProTailDev, and I'll see you next time.